Hey, welcome back, AJAA folks. This is our three-part series on the do's and don'ts of taking care of the facility. So what we've already shown you how to do is move bases in case you need to do that. The next thing we're going to show you is how to properly use the drag setup that we have with the Jacobson that's down here at our park right now. Okay, so first and foremost, as I'm approaching the infield, we're going to get a wide shot here, and we're going to see how we want to make sure to come in to the fields. Okay. Alright, so as you saw, my approach, I'm going to stay in foul territory as much as I possibly can. Now, if you're driving into a field where you're not immediately in foul territory, let's stay as close to the fence as we possibly can. So an example of that would be over on field 12 that we're using right now, and field 11, where they've got an opening in the center of the outfield. Okay, what I'm going to want to do there is I'm going to want to stay as close to the fence as I can until I get into foul territory. Driving across the middle haphazardly, probably won't cause immediate damage, but if we're doing it when the ground's wet and things like that, that's where ruts happen, and we don't want to be putting ruts into active play areas because that could cause injuries. All right, so as you see, I've got two drags that are set up on this machine. Okay, so this is called a heavy drag mat. Okay, and this is pretty simple. Okay, we've got a long cord that attaches. Thank you. All right, so if you come around to the back of the machine here, you'll notice that we've got the paddle in here. Okay, the receiver. This is very necessary to have when you're dragging. Okay, because you have a lot of different ways that you can hook the drag on with now. Okay, so this has a carabiner. And real simple like, okay, I'm going to pull this drag to me. Now, as you can see, somebody has tied a knot here that's not completely in the center. Okay, but I can drag this up. All right, I'm going to feed my loop through. Okay, bring it down here, and then I'm going to get my carabiner around that. All right, so then as it pulls, see how we've got that locked? It's hitting this knot right now, so it's not going to slide all the way. But that would be how we put the heavy drag on by itself. Okay, so the heavy drag is to level things out. This is good for in between games, in between practices, things like that. Sometimes we're going to need to use this drag, which is called a scarifying drag or a rip drag. There's a lot of different terms for it in the industry. All right, so this was a custom built drag, by the way, by yours truly. So if you want to make fun of it, then I'll deny that I made it, but if you like it, then let me know. All right, so with this one, obviously it's going to be a little bit heavier weight. Okay, I've got a big thick chain here. We're going to set it flat on the ground. Okay, I've got two carabiners that we're going to be able to easily hook into my hitch. Okay, now if I'm using this, it's probably because I have a lot of big deficiencies on the field that I'm using it on. Okay, so this was customized to be a double pass drag as well. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. Because I can clip the rope here into that carabiner. And I can clip the rope here to this carabiner. And now we're all set to where as I drive, that's going to stretch out, and I'm going to be scarifying, and then I'm going to be finishing heavy right after. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull forward and let you guys see how this works. See, we're kicking up dust. Okay, that's a key indicator that number one, I need to be driving slowly. Okay, but number two, we need some water on our infields. Okay, our grounds crew will be watering as often as we can. FedEx just showed up to drop off some brand new equipment, which is great. But here's a good way to test to make sure that my drag is leveling things out. I'm just going to roll ball. And as you can see, it's pretty darn good, okay? Now, the key to dragging as we're doing all this, I'm gonna pull out a weed when I see it, all right? And we're gonna get it in the back of the jig. But you're gonna wanna make sure and leave yourself some room in between the outfield and the infield, okay? If you get too close and you run your drag up on the grass, you're gonna snag stuff, you're gonna start building up a lip. Also, if you're going real fast and you are working your way outward, then you're gonna be pushing debris toward the outside edge, which is also a contributor, big time contributor to establishing a lip, which is another safety hazard, okay? One thing that you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna alternate your directions, okay? If you're the guy coming out here to drag and you're practicing every other day, don't go the same way that you did last time if you're dragging, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a couple of patterns here, all right? My camera crew is an excellent camera crew, probably the greatest camera crew that I've ever seen, okay? So what we're gonna do to make this not very long is he's gonna tape me in real time, but then he's gonna speed it up and you'll be able to watch me fly through here. But remember, this is camera trick. I'm not driving the Jake this fast. Circle technique. Okay, with this technique, obviously I established a circle all the way around the diamond, okay? But I can't continue to do that because I don't have the proper turn radius on this machine. So what I'm gonna wanna do is I'm gonna wanna cut straight across and I'm gonna make circles and you're gonna see kind of how this works, okay? Here we go. My next pass, I'm gonna go on this side, okay, both ways. So I'm coming in on the outfield side and I'm also coming down toward home plate. All right, so that actually is two different ways, okay, because now I know on day one I can circle and I'm going counterclockwise, okay? The next time I can go clockwise and use the same pattern, okay? Now I'm gonna show you the figure eight, all right? This is, if any of you guys are race car drivers at heart, this is the most fun one, okay? But basically we're going to make a figure eight and we're going to, after we establish our ellipse, big points for big word, we're going to move our ellipse each way, okay? So I'll show you how to get it started and then we'll go from there. Okay, so the figure 8 pattern is going to take you a little bit more time to complete, okay, but this is a good variation for dragging, and this directional method should be used once or twice a week on every field, because we're moving material in different manners and making sure that we stay as level as we possibly can be, okay? There's no magic way, there's no wrong way to drag, other than the fact that it's wrong to hit the fence and it's wrong to hit the grass. All right. It's also very wrong to try to speed things up and not take your time. The reason why we're dragging is to make sure that we have a safe play area for the kids, and that is our #1 priority here at AJAA is safe play. Okay. So we want to pay attention to everything that's going on around us. Kids should not be on this. I don't care what age group it is. Okay. The kids are not to use the Jacobson to drag. Even picking up the implements off the back and things like that, they may not take as much care as what you may as an adult. So we ask, please make sure that coaches and responsible adults are the only ones using the equipment. Thank you so much for taking the time to check this video out. If you want to, comment and add something, or you want to be a contributor in the future on some different techniques that we can do here at the field, please get in contact with me. Everybody's got my email. It's jturner@ajaaonline.org. If you have an idea of what can make things run smoother down here, do not delay in letting us know. But wait, there's more. So as I was getting ready to finish up and head back to the shop and get working on other things, I have this on the back. So I want to show you guys the best way, in my opinion, to take this off. All right, I'm going to start with my heavy drag. I'm going to pull it forward a little bit, get my carabiner out. All right, I'm going to go to my scar drag. So then, just to make sure that things don't clog up, I like to just kind of hook it into here. That also gives me a couple of handles, makes it easier for me to pick up. All right, so I don't have to team lift. Now I've got my handles. I'm going to pick this straight up, keep it away from my body. Set it right down. With the heavy drag, I'm going to do this number. See how I drag it a little bit before I pick it up? Okay, I have a pile of dirt here. I can use my foot wedge if I've got that in my bag, or hand rake. Very important, hand rake is not something that is eliminated by having a big heavy drag. You still need a hand rake around home plate, around all the bases, and then your outside edge. You can see about how close we got, okay? So, raking the outside edge, I'm gonna start here, and I'm coming back, okay? That is yes, this is no. We don't do this, okay? We don't rake toward grass. You drop it down, just a little bit. Just a little dab will do ya. Okay, if I do that before I do the vehicle, then all this excess will get spread evenly across the infield. All right, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for volunteering to do some work down here at AJAA.